Hey everyone, today I'm getting packed up for the North American Championships. I fly out early tomorrow and I figured I'd bring you all along with some of my packing here. I've got my check bag. Kind of my normal protocol for a big meet like this is you're always going to carry on your actual equipment that you'll use on game day. So my regular gym bag, which I have over there, is going to be exclusively my actual lifting stuff. And the reason for that is I have seen these check bags get lost in transit way too many times. And for me, number one priority is having what I need to actually compete on game day. Everything else is kind of an extra, but as you'll see here, I'm kind of trying to eliminate as many variables as possible today. That way, whenever I get down there, it's kind of business as usual, right? So let's go ahead and get through this, what I'm going to be packing. First things first is food. So in my weight cut, essentially I'm manipulating sodium, water, and then also got food weight the last couple days before. So I'm going to pack some lightly salted rice cakes here. The nice thing about rice cakes is, one, they're super light, so it's not going to take up a bunch of weight in your bag. It's also going to give you a bunch of carbs. I think it's 12 grams of carbs per serving, per food weight as well. So you can eat a lot of these and step on the scale and it's not going to affect that weight too much. Then, for my days that aren't low sodium, I have the white cheddar rice cakes, and then also the caramel ones for some extra carbs, sodium. One thing you'll notice, my last couple of days of the water cut, essentially I manipulate my fiber content. I want all of my carbs to be simple carbs. That way nothing's sitting in my system the morning of weigh-ins. So it ends up being a lot of junk food, and by the end of this week, I'll be tired of eating crappy food, essentially. But I've got these rice cakes. I also have Hershey's bars, just in case the water cut gets difficult. A little bit of sweets can go a long way there, so got those. I like the cookies and cream ones. Then some cereal. Same idea. It's personal preference on the cereal, but the thing is here, if I look at the breakdown, there's 0 fiber in this and 32 grams of carbs per 1 cup, and there's 25 cups in here. So the thing is, I'm going to be eating maybe even in a surplus because my actual body weight cut is done right now. We're just trying to maintain the mass and cut the water weight. So that'll go in there. This will be mainly for tomorrow, my high sodium day. We've got bold blue diamond onions. This will get some protein and fats in. I really like this. It's personal preference. I really like the flavor. They're a little expensive, but you know, I fully expect to spare some expense here. Then this is more for game day. So Sour Patch Kids, in case I need to spit right before weigh-ins, that last little bit. The most I've spit out in about 30 minutes is like 1.1 kilos worth of body weight. So you can spit a significant amount with Sour Patch Kids, and then otherwise it's just going to be nice, simple carbohydrates on the day of the meet. Then I have Pedialyte sticks. I'll probably take one of these for my last day of training today. So I'll pull that out. The rest will go in. These are the regular ones. So I have those. That'll be for throughout the meet. And then I have the more intense, I guess this is Advanced Care Plus. And I take 6 of these. I'm going to basically load my water up immediately after I weigh in with these things. That way I'm getting that sodium back in immediately. Now, this is a key tip for you all. If you're cutting weight very heavily, one, you need a 1-to-1 ratio on water to kilos of body weight cut. And that's the nice thing about the metric system is 1 liter of water is equal to 1 kilogram of body weight. So, for example, I'm cutting about 3.5 to 4 kilos of body weight. So as soon as I'm off of the scale, I need to pound at least 3.5 to 4 liters of water back into my system, because that's what I know I'm cutting as far as water weight goes. Now, because I'm manipulating sodium and I'm pounding the sodium in, the problem is this can create what is called a hypotonic state in your gut microbiome, right? And that's essentially where you have so much water and sodium inside the fluids around your cells in your intestines, essentially, that all of it can't be absorbed, and your body will be like, whoa, wait a second, and that can lead to digestive issues. So an anti-diarrheal is a big deal here. Imodium works. I've got a generic, whatever it's called, from Walmart. As long as it has the same ingredients as Imodium, you're good. So pack this, and I like to take one of these about an hour or so before I weigh in. So there's time for it to kick in before I actually have to pound that water. Last thing as far as food goes, we've got yellow mustard. This is a thing from my coach Bill McCarthy. It has the electrolytes, the turmeric in there, along with the sodium and the vinegar. That can help with cramping on game day. So I'll pack this to take some shots of mustard. Fun fact, I actually hate mustard as it is, so this is the only time during the year that I eat mustard. So put that in there. That about does it for food. I have another can of almonds. I might keep this out for the plane ride tomorrow. So there's that. As far as supplements go, 3 main things I'm going to pack. Creatine. Now, if I have a really hard cut, which I don't anticipate this time around, I might skip out on creatine for a couple days, because that will cause you, much like salt, it's going to have the same effect where you're holding on to water. So if you're having a really hard cut, you might want to hold out on your creatine. For me this time around, I don't expect that, but I'll definitely have it for game day. Now, I don't know how much of an acute effect it's going to have, but I take it just to keep that routine the same. Beta alanine, I take these as pre-workout, kind of as it is, alongside caffeine. So those are my main supplements that I'll be packing there. Let's see. For recovery, I'm going to bring my massage gun. This is especially for game day. I get some cramping in my back during bench, so I'll have this for the coaches to work on. I'll pack this also for recovery in the days leading up, so that'll go in there. I need to grab the charger, so I'll put that in as well. Here I have my sauna suit. So we'll see how much I need to use this, because I've been pretty diligent as far as cutting down. Hopefully I don't need to use it too much. I highly suggest one of these if you all have, a difficult cut ahead of you. I like to set up, in the bathroom of my hotel, turn on the hot shower, and then sit in the steam, kind of make my own sauna. That goes with this duct tape. So I duct tape the doors and the vents and everything shut so that I have the most amount of steam in that sauna situation. So we'll pack this. Hopefully we don't need to use it. I've had some miserable cuts before. My most miserable being in Costa Rica, where I had the sauna for over 7 hours, basically straight. It was like an hour and a half on, 20 minutes off for 7-ish hours to lose weight. But at that point, I was about 5 kilos heavier than I am right now. So I'm hoping it's not going to be that hard. Lastly, I have the team uniform for Powerlifting America. I'm a little antsy here because you need a team uniform to be on the podium at international events. So if this were to get lost, I would lose that if I pack it. So what I may do is wear the jacket. That way I at least have the jacket, and I'll take a pair of sweatpants or something just in case, but we'll throw the pants in here and it'll be fine. And the last thing I have is my smelling salts. I don't use these a ton, but hey, just in case, we'll throw them in there. Should be good to go. Now, you may say, hey, this is just half of your bag. You're totally correct. Over here, I will pack my clothes for the trip, and I'm gonna save you all that time, but I would, pack all my shorts, all that good stuff that needs to go in there. I may even pack duplicates of some equipment, like knee sleeves, wrist wraps, all that good stuff, just in case I were to have a malfunction. But otherwise, that about does it for the check bag. My biggest focus here is not to have to worry about food. I will also pack some water. I didn't mention that. I will pack water bottles in here so that I do not have to rely on the water down in the Cayman Islands to drink for my water cut, right? So thank you all for following along. Hopefully that helps you kind of see how I'm getting ready for this type of event and what I pack. I appreciate you all tuning in. Please like and subscribe as always. And until next time, happy lifting.